Hello and welcome to What's On with me, Chanel Shay Calvin. Now you might remember that on a previous episode of What's On, I was joined by Darren Haywood, the organiser of the Birmingham Arts Festival, where artists and companies from across the UK showcase their work in an exciting 2.5-week programme of events. Well, the festival started on Friday and it runs until Sunday the 2nd of August, so you have another chance to see what he had to say. But before that, here is Lee and Gary with a look at this week's happenings.
Thanks very much. Well, there's a choice of great theatre entertainment on this week. Starting on Tuesday, The Crescent has Take a Walk on the Wild Side. It's a unique and unusual production. You can experience the embodiment of animal behaviours into human characters, where the performer visually imitates the characteristics of various creatures. Then the following transformations give rise to interestingly associated monologues. Put my teeth in for that. Next, Hall Green Little Theatre has an evening of old-time music hall entertainment with sketches, funny songs and lots of laughter. Now that's on until Saturday. Selly Manor has 2 nights of open-air performances of Cyrano de Bergerac on Tuesday and Wednesday. Meanwhile, also on Tuesday over at Bruton Park in Solihull, Heartbreak Productions stage David Walliams' best-selling books, Mr. Stink. Tickets for this are limited, so do be sure to book a place. Oh, and bring along a picnic if the weather is fine and enjoy the Lakeside Theatre. Now at Acker's Adventure, the summer scheme is up and running with tobogganing, kayaking and much more. Children aged 8 to 16 can spend a day trying a range of active outdoor activities during the school holidays. It's a great opportunity for them to try something different and to make new friends. Each day is different and activities can include skiing, canoeing, climbing, a jungle challenge, archery, bushcraft, orienteering and much more. I love that sort of thing. Parents can leave their children in their care for the day once consent and medical forms are completed. Spaces again are limited, so pre-booking is essential. That's the Acker's Adventure Summer Scheme. On Tuesday and Wednesday at the Old Joint Stock, Simply Soweto Encha showcase a unique blend of sound and rhythm where R&B, doo-wop, gospel, pop and jazz all meet on one stage. The show is an amalgamation of original material and covers songs as well as traditional African music from Zulu, Tswana and Soga cultures. It's been billed as an unpredictable, joyous and dynamic sound sensation, coupled by mesmerising choreography and unmissable a cappella talent direct from South Africa. Now, smartphone users, Birmingham Cathedral needs you. Yes, on Thursday lunchtime you can take part in an experimental sound composition commissioned for the Cathedral's 300th anniversary, all from composer Dan Jones. You can just turn up on the day, but if you'd like to take part, then just email your name and mobile number to rosemary.richards@birminghamcathedral.com. They'll then send you information by text about downloading sounds for the experiment, which is on the 23rd of July at midday. Over to the gigs now, and there's an eclectic choice on Wednesday when Susie and the Backbeats are at the Actress of the Bishop. The Zoe Green Band are at Lady Lane Wharf in Solihull, and Man of Moon, Willie J. Healy, Tom Peel and Cinema play at the Sunflower Lounge. There's a special intimate show on Thursday when New York quintet The Felice Brothers play at the Rainbow Venue, following the release of their 5th album, Favourite Waitress, during last year. Tickets are available at £15 from birminghamproducers.com. Whilst over at the Blue Piano in Edgbaston, you can catch pianist Lee Benson doing his thing. And finally on Friday, comedians Paul Tonkinson, Jared Christmas, Laura Lex and Paul F. Taylor are all at the Glee Club. So there you go. If you're off out, have a great time. I'll see you soon.
You're into roller skating, I remember those days, and you're aged between 18 and 40, then you can get a free lesson this Tuesday at the Central City Roller Girls. More details, send an email to ccrkitrequest@gmail.com. Back to Acker's Adventure now, and if you'd like to improve your skiing in a fun, informal and social coaching environment, and you can do a link snowplow turn, whatever one of those is, use a drag button lift and control your speed and direction, and then please join others for a fun coaching session this and every Wednesday morning. The sessions are 2 hours of coaching and 1 hour of recreational skiing. It's £17 for adults and £13 for children. The address is Golden Hillock Road, Smallheath, Birmingham, or go to the website ackers-adventure.co.uk for more information. And that's all for now.
Now from the 17th of July until the 2nd of August, the UK's second city will come alive for an exciting 2.5-week programme of events. It will utilise Birmingham's fantastic theatres and performance venues, and I think it'll be an exciting time for the city and the art scene. So welcome Darren Haywood, the organiser of the Birmingham Arts Festival. Well, thank you for joining me, Darren.
You're welcome, nice to be here.
And you, thank you for having me. Well, so the festival, how did it sort of come about and why did you want to put it together?
Well, I think it was about 4 years ago now. I'm an actor, and it was after a show, and I was sat there talking to the other members of the cast, you know, when you're winding down. And I just said, why doesn't Birmingham have a fringe festival? And then frivolously, I just said, I'm going to set one up.
And just like that?
Just like that, as you do. And so I put it to the back of my head, really, because I was busy with other things. And then the year after, I thought, you know, I'm going to go back to this, because it's important. I'm going to set it up, and so I just decided to start, and then it just rolled from there, really. And then suddenly I found myself on the opening night of the first festival, and I was like, oh my gosh, I did it!
You've done it!
It's here.
Oh my God! So why do you think that there hasn't been a festival before this one then?
I think there has been. I think in the past people have tried to set one up, and it's just again fallen by the wayside after 1 year. It fizzled out, or just didn't quite work. For whatever reason, I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know why it didn't work, but I'm a quite determined person, so I was making sure that this was going to happen and work well, and be something that people would embrace. I wanted the art scene to embrace it. I wanted companies and theatres to say, yeah, we do want this. I don't want it to be an annoyance where people go, gosh, Birmingham Fest again. I don't want to be part of that. I wanted something there to be looked forward to. So
what I think is great about this festival is that it's not good for just for people who are like setting up a theatre company, but if you are like a professional company, you can sort of like trial work there, or at least use it as a bit of a platform or a showcase as well. So I think it's really good in that sense.
I think there are companies that actively seek out fringes, and that's great that we're there for that. And then because of the nature of the festival, it's also something people can try things out in that's not so scary as putting on a big production. Because it's fringe, it's something more of a tryout thing as well, and that's fine on either level. You know, you can be a professional, seasoned company or performer, or somebody that just has an idea and wants to try something. It's fine for both of those things.
Yeah, so what venues are you actually utilising this year then?
We have 4 venues, which are the Blue Orange Theatre, the Crescent Theatre, the Old Joint Stock Theatre, and a venue called A. Harris, which is sometimes known as Stan's Calf.
So it's like, all like easily accessible as well. Like each one has something a bit different, I guess. Like
definitely, these are spaces that sometimes are a bit more unusual. For instance, A. Harris is a disused part of a factory, which is great. And then the Old Joint Stock is a theatre above a pub. And then you've got the Crescent, which the Crescent is a good venue because it's got a small studio space, but it's also got a large main house as well. And we have some dance companies that take part in the festival, and for them, that big stage is something that they need. So yeah, we've got 4 very, very different venues, and it's quite they're all within easy reach of the city centre as well, which is quite, and the Jewellery Quarter.
So I guess if you want to watch a production at one theatre, you can easily pop over to another one to watch something else. So what can we actually see during the festival then?
A really eclectic mix again, which is what I wanted. We have drama, we have dance, we have music, we have some stuff for children. We have some puppetry this year, which is really good.
Oh, nice.
Comedy. And we even have some workshops. So if you were interested in acting, interested in directing and stuff, we have some workshops at the Old Joint Stock Theatre this year as well, which you can try your hand at as well.
And I'm right inside that piece that you're writing as well is also being featured in the festival.
Yes.
That's exciting. So you're going to be not only running it, and obviously you're going to have your work showcase there.
Yeah.
So that's really so. What?
Well, I don't like to do things by half, Chanel.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You might as well
I like to burn the candles at both ends.
So what's the future of the festival, like really quickly? Where do you see it progressing in the next few years?
I just want it to continue. If it continues as it is, that's fine, but I would like it to grow. And that's why I called it Birmingham Fest, because I don't want it just to be restricted just to fringe. So if it wanted to grow to something bigger, then it can, and it can encompass all sorts of things. So if some big venues wanted to take part, and be included, then they can. And any outdoor things that are happening, that can join in as well. So the scope is quite huge, because Birmingham is the second city. It's huge, and the art scene has a lot to offer, and I think it could grow. And so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted it to be something that people know is going to happen every July.
And I'm really glad that you brought this here, because obviously we've got the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, but you put a stamp right here in like the second city.
Definitely.
So I think it was really needed. And I'm glad that you brought
frustrating
it.
sometimes, because Birmingham is the second city.
It is.
And I think a lot of the time, everything's happening in London or somewhere else. But, you know, we need to remember what we've got here.
We do.
And we have a lot of talented people here.
We really do.
Including yourself.
Thank you. So thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So thanks for that. And just a reminder, the festival takes place on the 17th of July up until the 2nd of August. And more information can be found by visiting birminghamfest.co.uk. And that's all from me. I'll see you after the break. Welcome back. With me right now is George Windsor, who has taken the music industry by storm. He is a recording artist and has been signed with one of the biggest producers in the music industry. And on the 22nd of August, George will be releasing his new song, Acceptance. So I'd like to welcome him to What's On.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining me.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So before we talk about your career and how it sort of progressed, your name first, like George Windsor.
Yes.
Did people sort of, obviously don't get you confused, but does that name sort of help, or does it sort of hinder or anything?
We have issues with Google. If we type George Windsor in, we get the royal baby.
Oh, bless you.
So there is a slight confusion, but obviously I'm a grown-up. Baby's a
baby.
baby. So, you know, it's nice in a way, I suppose, the royal family having George. I love the name, so yeah. But it is an issue with Google.
I guess it makes it more memorable as well, to be fair, because people won't forget your name.
No, who's that singer? Let me think. Baby, royal baby.
George Windsor.
Yeah,
There we
I've had that a couple of times.
So
yeah.
moving to your music industry, just want to get that out first. How did it all start, and how did you get to the point that you are today then?
When I was younger, I started with theatre. Now, theatre to me, it was my everything at the time. You know, I was doing all the West End shows. I was doing them in my local towns, but then that changed. I decided I wanted to go into pop music.
Oh wow!
I was young at the time. You know, my parents were playing me all influential music, and that's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to do theatre. So that's how the music started. Then went on to vocal lessons, and obviously to start with wasn't so great. Yeah. It's
got to be a really tough industry to go into, I guess.
It was really tough to start with, you know, trying to get the attention, you know, to not in a way as to get a fan base, but to get noticed by the professionals was really hard. I did struggle, and it did knock me back slightly, but you know, we're here today.
Exactly.
Things did take off, so we're slowly getting there.
One thing I love about your story, like we were talking about it earlier, the fact that you contacted so many like producers and people in the industry. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, so originally I went into a studio. It was my school studio, and obviously, you know, they all have funding, so it wasn't the best studio at the time, but it was okay. And I did some covers. I did some, you know, some little covers, some acoustic covers, and I sent them to about, I think it was about 200 to 250 emails.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'd obtained them over the years.
Oh gosh.
You know, stalking websites and contact us pages, you know, so I was doing all of that. And I sent these demos out, and I didn't get a reply. So, of course, that was another knockback. And at this point, I wasn't going to give up, because I don't give up easily, but I thought, okay, I'm going to get back up and do it all over again. So one day I said to myself, maybe not go in the studio, go to a vocal coach. So I went to my vocal coach, Marie, and she said to me, okay, let's take a year off, let's just train your voice and, you know, build your songwriting skills, you know. And we did that for a year, then went back, and I sent these same emails out, and I had one reply from Joe Volpis. And that was it. I went down to London, I met him, he wanted to work with me, and we wrote loads of music. We wrote tons of music, which still hasn't been released, you know, because we just archive it, you know, but there's so much, and that's how it started, really, just from him. He made everything possible.
So in case people aren't aware, he actually is he the producer for Lady
Yes,
Gaga
he
as well?
discovered Lady Gaga.
So I'm just thinking, from going to like contacting so many people and getting knocked back and then to get him, how do you like process that at such a young age?
I don't know. It was a bit surreal. As I said to you, I didn't know who he was until I was on my way to London. I googled his name on my coach trip, and it was a very emotional day. Do I go back to Birmingham? Do I carry on? I was nervous. Is he going to like me? Does he like what I'm doing? You know, there's so many questions as an artist that go through your head.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Are you good enough? Do you sound okay? Do you look okay? You know, everything, all that goes into one, and you know, I did go, and he decided to take me on. So he's great, he's fantastic, and you know, after nearly 5 years, we're like a family now, and it's a strong relationship, and he does a lot for me.
Nice. So what would you say to like if someone's trying to break the industry at quite a young age? What inspiration would you sort of give them, or what would you sort of get them to urge them on?
I would say definitely do some covers, you know, because you need to engage with people. Obviously, if you go to an A&R, they're not going to say, "Oh, play me track 3 of that album," because they don't know who you are, they don't know what that music is. So do some covers, get yourself known, and also you have to write your own music, or at least co-write your own music. And you know, my producer, he's wrote my music, but both ideas are there. There is a collaboration there, you know. So you have to have that under your in your pockets, under your belt, you know. So you have to do that. But I would definitely encourage anyone that wants to do it to not give up, get your training, do your songwriting, and get everything online.
Nice, and just keep going, because you're proof that it does work.
Yes, after many years, yes, definitely.
So going to your career now, would you say you're sort of a pop artist sort of thing?
Yes, it's pop music. It's a little bit different, you know. The music itself, it has synths, it has, you know, hand claps, it's got, you know, all the drums, it's got everything that's commercial and up to date, but it also has electric guitars in, we put strings in, we put everything in. Too much is never too much.
It can't be. I guess it appeals to a wide variety of people as well, which is the main thing.
Yeah, definitely. The fan base is quite, you know, it's quite contrasting. We've got people that are really young that are singing the songs, and then we've got, you know, some older people that are loving the music. They don't know the name, but they love the music, and that's what it's about. So.
It is. So the song that you're releasing on the 22nd of August, what's it sort of about then?
Acceptance is having to accept something which you don't necessarily agree with, but it's life, you know. Life is a very different atmosphere every day, different environment. So acceptance was made on the basis of, you know, you have to accept some things in life and you have to carry on, you know, and it's about embracing what you've had to accept and trying to get the best out of it that you can as an artist, you know, and as a human, you know, it's about pushing yourself.
See, I love stuff like that. So you're not only just listening to a song that you can sort of dance away to. If you actually sit back and listen to the lyrics, see, I love that.
The lyrics definitely state that in this song. So yeah, it's great when you listen to it.
It is really good because I've listened to it as
yes,
well.
brilliant.
So I do recommend listening to it, by the way.
Brilliant, brilliant.
So do you have any future plans, like as of yet, or anything?
Yes, we are. Well, we are thinking of going onto the West Coast side of music as well. So I want to get some influence, you know, from Los Angeles and California in my music. You know, so me and my producer have been talking about that. You know, my influences, like one of my influences at the moment is Pia Mia. She's amazing.
She is.
She's tweeted me. We've spoke over Twitter, and she's fantastic. She's got her head screwed on, and she knows what she wants, and she knows what type of fan base she has, and the music she produces, they eat that all up.
They do, and it's such a really popular genre as well. So if you can just sort of break that, then this is only the beginning for you, I guess.
Definitely. If we can try and get in there, you know, who knows what could happen.
Exactly.
There's a lot of plans.
It is. So who are your influences, like really quickly? You've obviously mentioned like Pia Mia is. Is anyone else at all?
Yes, Freddie Mercury, David Bowie. I love Anastasia. Obviously, I do love Gaga. You know, that's one of my big influences. But they're my main ones. And Winter Gordon.
Oh, nice.
Her songwriting skills are amazing.
Oh, so I just want to wish you the best of luck, and I want to say
you.
thank you so much for joining me.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So make sure you check out George's new song, Acceptance, which will be released on the 22nd of August. Well, that's all from me, but if you do want to get in touch with us, you can send an email to whatson@bigcentre.tv. Now here is Georgie's song, Acceptance. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon.
Just wanted to be your real love. No limits too wide, none left undone. Should have been mean for me, it was enough to be. Cause you were the one of my everything. Just wanted to be the one who stays always in your heart while I'm away. A smile that never ever fades. Expecting more, cause that's okay. Yeah, yeah. Should have been okay. When all I ever wanted was you for me, and all I'm left here holding is a bitter grief. Acceptance. Where do you go when you're not away? How can you laugh when you keep the pain? I'm not the past, I'm here and now. Tomorrow's hope drowned in the day. Now without a doubt, when the sun goes down on your yesterdays, and tomorrow's moon is here to stay. Acceptance. Your silence holds what denial knows. As I slowly bleed and pray my mind to keep search the stages of my memories. Acceptance, oh acceptance, yeah acceptance, yeah. I was blinded by you in front of me. Now live with the hate of who I used to be. How do I trust an angel without a dream? Ever come to terms with what's meant to be? Well, all of the pieces ever mend me up. Will jaded ever bow